Hello everybody, my name is Poison Ducky and let's take another look at another Total War Warhammer 2 replay. I will be playing as Chaos and my opponent shall be the Mighty Empire. Let's introduce our armies. Now over here I'm going to have an interesting army, I would say. 5 units of Forsaken as my front line. Now these units are very high damage dealers, 63 weapon strength with a charge bonus of 39. Essentially, if they don't have armor, this unit will kill it. And there's nothing going around it. These are essentially cheaper depth guard, and that's how I use them. And Empire are quite well known for their low tier infantry and very shoddy infantry indeed, low armor, everything. So I brought 5 units. This will be the counter front line for the enemy Empire. Now, just in case my enemy did choose great swords, as a very common strategy is to spam great swords against Chaos. 2 units of Chaos Warriors with great weapons. Now, they may not win outright, but they'll trade well into great swords. Well, they'll hold their own. I don't know about trade well. Now, my leader here is going to be Kolek Sunear, the mighty dragon ogre himself. Fantastic unit overall, large, just super mass, just a powerful unit. I just love Kolek, such a great guy. I'm going to have a Sorcerer of Shadow, so I can use Mist Caustic's Miasma, so I can slow them down just in case he brings Demigryph Knights. And I had few more extra funds, and I was like, you know, I'm going to bring the Chaos Trolls. I don't see them used very often, probably for a good reason, but they're just a cool unit. I don't see trolls in general, and I like trolls. I really only use them with greenskins. And of course, the backline, I'm going to have 1 unit of Chaos Warhounds supporting 1 unit of Dragon Ogres. Just pretty small army, fairly elite. I like it. Chaos is the way to go for that. Now, my opponent, on the other hand, is going to have a unit of swords. He has a very wide formation. 3 swordsmen in the front, 2 spears on the sides, the silver bullets, very nice magical handgunner unit, Regiment of Renown, and his spearman unit in the back to defend his guns. A good formation overall. He's going to bring a Boris Todbringer as his leader, the Regenerating Lord. Not as good as Karl Franz at anti-large, so Kolek is going to have a fun time with that. And he's going to bring a Light Wizard, a fantastic choice. And for all the way in the back, he's going to bring the Hammer of Witches and another Spearman unit to defend it. And very nice, a very balanced ranged core. Layers, kind of like a Dwarf Dawi layer, except a lot less ranged firepower with only 1 unit of handgunners. But the reason why he's only having a relatively weak core is because he has a unit of the Royal Outdoor Griffites, a very fantastic unit, Reichsguard, and another unit of Demigryph Knights with halberds. So a very powerful cavalry force that I'm going to have to deal with, but he has a very weak front line. Now let's get into the battle. Of course, since I have the range disadvantage, I'm going to just charge straight in there. And unfortunately, my little trolls... I'm so sorry, trolls. This is my first play, is to move my trolls out of line of sight. I'm going to move them into this hill over here so that the cannon cannot hit him and loses line of sight. So the trolls are just going to get out of dodge. Like, cannons hurt, and they're going to rout very fast if they get hit. Now, Forsaken are a fantastic unit for this kind of rush playstyle, mainly because they have 46 speed. Speed that almost very few infantry units can match, like maybe the Beastmen, and that's really about it. And look at this charge. This is going to do quite a bit of damage. Now, if you can see, there's already a bunch of Empire bodies hitting the floor from a single charge. And if I show you the unit stats, that was about 3 seconds of fighting, and that unit has 31 models left and 28 now, and they're already routing. That's the power of Forsaken. And of course, that's a Regiment of Renown Forsaken with poison attacks. I'm already in the back line hitting the silver bullets with my Forsaken. This is fantastic for me. And I just completely and utterly destroy the front line of swordsmen. Swordsmen on the left flank spearmen are down. He has to send in the Royal Outdoor Griffites. Right side over here, everything is down as well. I don't know why I'm having some audio glitches, but right here, the spearman, only thing that's left in this entire front line of units. He has to send his backline spearman into my demon spew, which is I'm completely fine with. Yes, I didn't reach the silver bullets, but it's going to take no time whatsoever to kill the spearman. Now, my opponent will be sending in the Royal Archdor, and the Reichsguard, actually, not the Griffites. The Reichsguard will get destroyed by the combination of my Dragon Ogres and Poison Hounds, and the Dragon Ogres are going to be fighting the Griffites. The Griffites are anti-large as well. It's a good matchup for them, and they get out of there. He's going to be cycle charging here into my enemy Forsaken. Well, not my enemy Forsaken, my Forsaken. It's a very effective play by him, and he's going to actually kind of go like on a merry-go-round. Go here, but my trolls are going to intercept the Griffites. Trolls aren't very good in this matchup, and it's like, while I did this only so I can block their mass and get my own Dragon Ogres into the fray. Now my trolls are going to route, because that's what trolls do. And I send back in my Chaos Warhounds. I was going to say I might have done a bad micro, but I did remember them. Now over here in the back line, my Forsaken make it into the back line, and that's just game over. For any of those spearmans, I make it into the Hammer of the Witches, and it's just a massacre. Forsaken are literally one of the best light infantry killers in the game in terms of speed and effectiveness. As long as they have low armor, the Forsaken will do well. Unless it's like a War Dancer. Maybe War Dancers would do well against them. My opponent's going to send in Boris Todbringer to try to like terror route or hold off the horde of chaos incoming, but I have my Chaos Warhounds. Apply poison, make sure he's doing less damage, and I finally catch the Reichsguard and the Altdorf Griffites. The Altdorf Griffites over here are going to be chased down by Warhounds while they run into my Chaos Warriors and my Forsaken as I clean up all of their infantry. Now these Griffites are not good against infantry. Well, they have anti-armor piercing. They don't have anti-infantry, and they're going to route right off the battlefield. And with that, this is a very quick battle. 4 minutes and 4 seconds. I quite like that one, though. Let's see our unit stats. All right, so my opponent socks for hands. Good game, but look, I hate to say it, but I think I just outpicked him. Four units of normal Forsaken and 1 unit of the Demon Spew. Look at these kills: 109, 164, 166, 190. This game was 4 minutes long, ladies and gentlemen. He lost 730 units before all his units routed. That's ludicrous amounts of just damage per second. It's fantastic. One of them didn't do too well, 26 kills. It's because of the enemy cavalry charging into them and losing a lot of their battle effectiveness, although they didn't take that much damage, as Forsaken are armored. I forgot to say that. Armored units. They're just such a fantastic unit for just killing Empire comps. My Chaos Warriors didn't too much, as they're kind of slow. Couldn't catch up, and there was no great swords for them to engage, so couldn't do too much. The Chaos Warhounds slowing down the Griffites is very important. What I usually do is I use the Miasma to reduce the speed by about it's 26%, I believe, and then the poison comes in. It's another 25%, so I can finally catch the enemy with Dragon Ogres and Kolek, because catching cavalry is such a pain for units. Dragon Ogres are fast, but they're just not as fast as light cavalry or some even heavy cavalry, so it's very nice to have the combination of speed debuffs. And overall, I'm just really happy with this game. And this video is going to be kind of a quick one. My opponent, on the other hand, he tried his best. Not very effective. Like I said, I kind of outpicked him. It's something he should have brought great swords. Great swords are a very good pick. Although I did have the Chaos Warriors to try to counter that. He needed less cavalry, and he needed a substantial frontal force so that I don't immediately make it into his back line. Either that, or you just don't take a gun line and just go full commit on the cavalry. But either way, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want more. I'll catch you guys later.